All right, let's dive right into this explainer. We're looking at something you probably interact with 50 times a day, but let's be real, almost never think about. We are going to explore how the modular porta-block system completely revolutionized modern carpentry. Seriously, before this came along, hanging a door was a ridiculously painstaking process of measuring, cutting, and adjusting individual pieces of wood on a dusty construction site. But as we'll see today, the porta-block changed the game by turning the door into a precise, pre-engineered system. Just like any solid build needs a blueprint, here is our roadmap for today. We're hitting 1. Anatomy of the porta-block. 2. Frames and trims. 3. Hardware and finishes. 4. Door types and sizes. And wrapping up with 5. Step-by-step installation. Okay, kicking things off with Section 1, Anatomy of the porta-block. Let's set up a mental map here. Think of the ferramenta, the hardware, as the flexible joints. Then you've got the batons, the frames, acting as the rigid skeleton tying it to the wall. And finally, the fulla, or door leaf itself, which is the main body. It's honestly a perfect marriage of mechanics and materials. So what's the big deal? Well, the crucial takeaway is that a porta-block is absolutely not just a slab of wood. It's a fully pre-assembled, all-in-one engineering solution. You get the leaf, the frame, the hardware, and the trims all together. Because this whole thing is put together in a highly controlled factory setting rather than on site, carpenters save an unbelievable amount of time. Even the handles and trims are usually in this master package, so everything, and I mean everything, arrives perfectly aligned and ready for action. Moving right along to Section 2, Frames and Trims. Now check out how the inner frames, the battens, can totally change the vibe of the installation. A frame is usually built from 2.5 to 3 of these battens, each cut with a very specific rebate or groove to actually hold the door. A simple, flat profile gives you that sleek, modern look, while an elegantly molded profile brings in a touch of classic craftsmanship. And a really cool detail? Most of these are built using an MDF core that's actually veneered with the exact same wood as the door leaf, so the match is literally perfect. And then we have the tapecas, or trims. Think of these as the vital outer skin. Their main job is basically acting like a really beautiful architectural band-aid to hide the messy, unfinished joints between the wood frame and your wall plaster. You typically need about 5 or 6 of these veneered strips to finish a doorway completely. Whether you're going for deep, traditional curves or super sharp, contemporary right angles, there is a trim profile engineered for that exact aesthetic. All right, shifting gears to Section 3, Hardware and Finishes. You know, the whole aesthetic of a door is massively driven by its metal finishes. The industry essentially splits these into 2 main camps. First, you've got your sleek silver tones. That's your functional zinc-plated, super durable stainless steel and high-shine chrome. Then, on the other side, you've got the classic gold tones, featuring traditional brass-plated finishes and the incredibly resilient bichromate. It's actually kind of crazy how just swapping a silver tone for a gold one completely shifts the entire personality of a room. To put that into perspective, look at the raw, almost industrial vibe of a zinc-plated hinge. It's purely functional, built to be hidden away and do the heavy lifting. Now compare that to a highly polished, mirror-like chrome finish on a round knob. That knob isn't just there to open the door. It's a visual focal point, literally designed to catch the light and grab your attention the second you walk in. But the engineering goes way deeper than just the parts you see and touch. Take the heavy-duty locks, for instance, the parts actually doing the mechanical work of securing your space. They often use that tough bichromate finish for their hidden internal mechanics. This golden, heavily treated metal is incredibly strong, and it pairs flawlessly with the sleek stainless steel external handles you're grabbing every day. It's basically brute strength hidden on the inside, with refined elegance right there on the outside. Let's jump into Section 4, Door Types and Sizes. Knowing these standard specs is kind of like knowing human anatomy. No matter the style, the industry operates on strict parameters. Standard heights, universally set at 203 centimeters and 211 centimeters. Widths range in specific 10 centimeter increments, going from 62.5 right up to 82.5 centimeters. Plus, there's a narrow 42.5 centimeter option available. And the thickness is a dead giveaway for its job. A 3.5 centimeter thickness means you're dealing with a standard interior door. But bump that up to a 4.5 centimeter profile, and you are definitely looking at a heavy-duty entry door. These numbers are universal across the entire trade. Now, what's genuinely fascinating here is that 2 doors that look completely identical can hide totally different anatomies on the inside. It is literally a case of not judging a book by its cover. On one hand, you have the hollow door, which relies on a brilliant, super lightweight honeycomb cardboard interior. It's cost-effective and really easy to swing. But on the other hand, you have the solid door, packed edge to edge with heavy, dense, sound-blocking chipboard. From the hallway, they might both show off the exact same beautiful cherry veneer, but functionally, they are entirely different beasts. And for high-stakes environments, we can actually upgrade that body significantly. Take fire safety, for example. You have RF-rated doors, meaning fire resistance, that incorporate special intumescent materials right along their edges. If exposed to heat, these materials actually expand to completely seal off the room, blocking fire and smoke for 30, 60, or even 90 minutes. Then, on the totally opposite end of the spectrum, for absolute security, you have armor doors, which literally hide 1 or 2 solid sheets of iron right inside the wood. No one is getting through that. And that brings us to Section 5, Step-by-Step Installation. The sheer brilliance of the Portablock system really comes together in this precise 4-step process. First up, you secure the entire block to a pre-existing wall frame. You do this by swapping out the short hinge screws for extra long ones that bite deep into the actual wall structure. Second, you use wooden wedges to ensure the door is perfectly plumb and straight, because, let's be honest, even a single millimeter off means that door is never going to close properly. Third, you fill that empty gap between the frame and the wall with expanding polyurethane foam. That locks it in place and provides great insulation. And finally, step 4. You attach those decorative trims we talked about to hide all the screws and foam. Boom. The living system of the door is balanced, secured, insulated, and beautifully dressed for the final reveal. So as we wrap up this explainer, I have to ask you, now that you know exactly what's going on behind the scenes, the complex modular skeletons, the carefully chosen metallic joints, and those hidden honeycomb or solid wood cores surrounding you literally right now, how differently are you going to interact with the architectural spaces you walk through every single day? The next time you grab a stainless steel handle and pull open a perfectly balanced door, you'll know exactly the engineering marvel that made it happen. Keep exploring, keep questioning the everyday world around you, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.